sister started acting strange 2 weeks ago. She stopped answering questions directly. She smiled too long. And sometimes she stared at me like she was trying to remember how to be human. One night, I woke up thirsty. The house was dark. As I walked toward the kitchen, I saw her standing at the end of the hallway, facing the wall. Completely still, I whispered her name. Slowly, her head turned, but her face didn't move with it. It stayed facing the wall, while her eyes rolled back toward me. She smiled, and in my voice, she said,
"Don't worry, she's asleep." I ran. The next morning, my real sister asked me why I was screaming in my sleep.
I woke up in my bed, but everything felt wrong. The walls were darker. The air was heavier. The door was open. I never sleep with the door open. I tried to move. I couldn't. Sleep paralysis. Then I heard footsteps. Slow. Bare. Wet. Something entered the room. It stood beside my bed. I felt it lean close to my ear, and it whispered, "You're in my room now." The clock stopped ticking. When I woke up for real, my bedroom door was still open, and there were muddy footprints leading to my bed. My job was simple. Night security at an old cemetery. No lights. No cameras. Just a flashlight and a radio. Around 3:40 a.m., I heard crying. A child's voice. It was coming from behind one of the oldest graves. I followed the sound. The headstone was cracked. The dirt was fresh. I asked, "Is someone there?" The crying stopped. Then the radio on my belt turned on by itself, and a voice whispered through the static, "We can hear you too." The ground moved. I didn't run. I couldn't, because something was holding my ankles from below.
This happened last year. I was brushing my teeth late at night, half asleep, barely paying attention. I spat into the sink and looked up. My reflection was smiling. I wasn't. I froze. Slowly, the reflection raised its hand. I didn't. Then it spoke. Not out loud,
Rolling. Yes,
but inside my head.
Action.
"You're not supposed to see me yet."
Action.
The lights went out. When they came back on, the mirror was cracked from the inside.
I was alone in my apartment one night, around 2:14 a.m. The city outside was silent. Too silent. My phone buzzed. An unknown number. I almost ignored it, but something about it felt urgent, like I had to answer. So I did. At first, there was only breathing. Slow. Wet. Close. I whispered, "Hello?" And then, I heard my own voice. Not a recording. Not delayed. My voice, speaking from the other end. It said, Why did you answer? My blood turned cold. I pulled the phone away from my ear, but the voice continued. Still breathing, still speaking. I'm standing behind you. I didn't turn around. I couldn't, because deep down, I already knew something was there.
Every night, at exactly 3:17 a.m., I heard footsteps. Not in the hallway, on the ceiling. Slow, heavy, like someone pacing back and forth. I told my parents. They laughed. There's nothing above your room, they said. One night, I built up the courage to look. I climbed onto my bed and pressed my ear to the ceiling. That's when the footsteps stopped, and a voice whispered from right above my head, "I know you're listening." The next morning, my parents found deep scratches across the ceiling. From the inside,